Hi, YouTube. Guess who's back? And guess what's been going on? Yes, as you can see in the title, I did walk away from the post office and I have so much to share about that. So, my last time frame working for the post office was in the middle of March 2022. So, just in case if this is your first time listening in, let me give you a quick rundown. So I got hired with the post office back in April 2021 as a career employee, as a PTF. So a PSE, but not quite because I was career. It's confusing, but just keep up with me here. So in November 2021, so months into that, I transitioned into my running my own post office, which is a one man's post office. I'll try to insert some videos here so you can see what that looks like. But pretty much, I was the only person there. We didn't throw packages in there, it was just me running the post office. So I worked 6 days a week from the time I got hired to the time I left. That's the set schedule. I made really good money as a career employee, and that part of it was great. My paychecks would look like 3 grand before taxes, and that's every 2 weeks. So pretty much, I was living the life as a clerk, as a post office clerk, because of the things that was handed to me, within that. Starting off career, I had benefits and everything, from day one. Then months into that, I was running my own post office where I didn't have a coworker, I didn't have a supervisor present with me. It was literally just me dealing with the customers. So it was a dream. Like, if you speak to anyone who worked inside or do work in a post office, they'll tell you, like, that's amazing. That's like a dream to just work alone within the post office. So I had it really, really good. So why did I leave? You guys ready for that? Okay. So here is why I left the post office. Number one, it was a strain on my family. When you get to a point where you feel like you're not really spending time with your child, I mean, if that's okay for you and you could continue doing what you're doing, that's fine. But for me, it just wasn't working out at all. It was the constant, 6 days a week. Sometimes I have to get up at 3 o'clock to get ready to be at work for 4:30. It's the closing the post office, closing it down. So which means that could be 6:30, it could be 7, it could be 6, you know, just this constant work, just working. Everything, your whole life is about the post office. You're unable to keep your house as clean as you would like. You're you're not running your household the way that you would if you had a normal job schedule. So that became too much for me. It was changing everything and every aspect in my life. If you go to my Instagram, you would see that I'm an avid gym woman. Like, I enjoy working out, I enjoy being fit, I love fitness. I'm a veteran, so that fitness and working out is embedded in me. So the post office was interfering with that, like, literally. Like, I didn't have the strength to work out anymore. Like, my body fat percentage went up working for the post office. Okay. And yes, even though you're throwing packages, and bear in mind, I'm talking about from April 2021 to November 2021. During that time frame, I was throwing packages. I was on crazy schedules, coming in 4:30, leaving 6:30, 7 o'clock sometimes. So it was a lot on my body. So even though you're moving around and you're doing all these things, you're not you're not burning body fat. You're not really doing much. It wasn't until November 2021 when I got my own post office. And that's when physically I wasn't doing much compared to what I was doing before in just a regular post office where they have carriers. So I was just, there on my feet, handling the customers and so forth. Then that was when my life had some kind of normalcy because now I have a set schedule that I have to be there Monday, to Saturday. So it got better when it comes to scheduling. I started working out again in November. I was, doing more. But I was just so over it at that time frame. Like I was just so over and done with the post office mentally. Like I just wanted to get up out of there. The second reason is more of a common sense thing for me. I feel like there is so much more to life that you can get out of life. And I feel like just setting your mind to just say, this is it. Like, I don't feel like this is it works for me. I'm always looking to grow and to be a better version of myself and to have more and to yearn and desire for more and more after that. So for me, it's more like a stepping stone type of thing. Before I got to the post office, I knew that it was a stepping stone for me. So, of course, so late 2021, I already had applications out already, like looking for better, for something that fits into my life. And that's what I did. It's just simple ambition and drive. And that's where I am. And that's where I've always been. And it's okay if someone finds a job or they're in a career path and they're like, okay, this is it for me. Like, I'm going to retire right here. I just believe that if there's more money on the table, I feel like, I should take another step up. That's just how I feel about that. This is not a reason. It's more of an influence for me. My postmaster was very, very unfair to the point where I was highly and heavily affected by favoritism decisions that he made. Yes, I understand that I am getting paid for overtime and all of that, but when you're doing it by force because someone else is getting off and you have to pick up their last 4 hours that they didn't work, or anything of that nature. Oh, you should come in on a Sunday when you're not supposed to work on a Sunday, but you come in on a Sunday and the person that is supposed to come in on a Sunday, does not. Or the person that is supposed to work all day on a Saturday does not. It was always dumped on me. And yes, of course, like I said, it's nice, because financially, but it wasn't worth it for me because it was time away from home. It was more time away from everything that I had going on in my real life. And I say real life meaning outside the post office. Like when I was purchasing a house, the postmaster was upset that I asked him for the day off to close on my house. When it was my daughter's birthday and I asked him for that day off, he was upset with me. He gave me so much attitude, and the whole day is like I did something wrong. But then I look and I see someone else going on vacations back to back to back, like stuff like that. It just was really unfair. And it just, there were plenty of times that I was pulled from the one man post office that I'm running, that is on that's on a schedule to go over to the main post office to go and pick up for the same person that was going on these vacations, and to work for them because they're not there to fill in. Nonetheless, I survived all of that, and now I can share my story. I figured it would make sense because I made this this account speaking about my hiring process with the post office. So now that I'm not working for the post office anymore, it's only fair to share that as well. I do recommend the post office for anyone who is interested in making money. If you just want to be buried into a job where it just consumes you and you're just making all this money from it, I definitely and highly would recommend that, as long as you don't have a problem working 6 or 7 days. Sometimes I've worked 7 days plenty of weeks before. If you can handle that, then go right on, go to the website, go ahead and apply and do what you need to do. But that's it. That's it for me. I hope everyone is having a great day or night wherever you are. Keep chasing your dreams.